All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh. Let's get into this lesson.
I don't think we have any food. I don't think we have any food. I think we are in a food shortage and they are lying to us. I think that's why FDA decided to let meat companies sell lab grown meat. And I think that's why all of a sudden this parasite is coming up. Because when our grocery stores, produce sections are empty, we are going to be like, oh, because of the parasite. When in reality, we don't have no food. The fertilizer never came. Y'all don't remember months ago the farmers were saying they need fertilizer, they need fertilizer, they need fertilizer. The strait has been closed. And it maybe it opened for 32 hours total. And maybe 5 or 7 ships got through. I guarantee there was no fertilizer on there. Why you think all of a sudden the White House is gated up? Because when 300 million people figure out that we don't have no food, y'all know the rest.
Right, so as you can see, she's right. We haven't really had fertilizer like that, and we're actually going to go on Google to check that out. Let me see. Is it true? There's a fertilizer shortage. Yes. It says right here. Yes, a very reported fertilizer shortage is impacting farmers globally and across the United States. The crisis is driven by geopolitical conflicts, restricting trade routes, so the Strait of Hormuz being closed, soaring natural gas costs, a key ingredient in nitrogen fertilizer, and soaring prices. The ongoing conflict and blockage in this vital maritime choke point have choked off a massive portion of the world's traded nitrogen and phosphate fertilizers, right? And we're going to skip the global impact. While American farmers have managed to utilize existing stockpiles, developing nations in Africa and South Africa are facing official median shortages, right? So as you can see, it says, why is there a fertilizer shortage in 26? The 2026 fertilizer shortage is primarily driven by the conflict in the Middle East and the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz, right? And that's really why and she's right. So for fertilizer, you also need food. For fertilizer, you need to feed your animals, right? Because fertilizer helps the plants grow, right? The fruits grow, the grass even grow, and so meat eaters and all that stuff need that fertilizer. And when I say meat eaters, I mean like cows, they need it, right? You need it to plant your vegetables in your garden, right? And the thing is, we're having a crisis with that. So now the problem, or the question is when is this fertilizer shortage going to hit us to the point where we notice it? To the point where we notice the shelves are empty, right? And to be honest, I don't know. But the thing is, it's not getting any better with the Middle East conflict or Western Asia because the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. And it's very possible the Bab el Mandeb may be closed soon too. So let's get a few scriptures. It says Psalms chapter 107 verse 34, fruitful land into barrenness for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. Or in America really doesn't have much like it used to. For America used to be a very fruitful land, right? It used to have, and when I say fruitful land, I mean it used to have the manufacturing over here. But now, the manufacturing in America is now in China or in other parts of the world where other people produce their clothing or the materials or items that you see on Amazon. A lot of things are not made in America no more, right? So therefore, this is a barren land now because the wicked, right, Esau Edom, dwells in here. Let's get this out. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst of water, but of the hearing of the words of the Lord. Right. Salakia. And a famine will come, but also the famine, the word, you could say, is here, right? Because people aren't really cleaving onto the word of the Lord. Esau's trying to make some Noahide laws, right? And the thing is, when this stuff starts breaking loose and you start seeing a famine and all that stuff, and there's no hope for these people, eventually they're going to be wishing they obeyed the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, or listen to the prophets. It says in Job chapter 5 verse 20, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword, right? So, Lord willing, if thee the elect, or you're chosen by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you will actually be safe from the famine, from basically your body eating you out from the inside out, right? Because famine is a very painful way to go. Because these upcoming times is either going to be you're getting drafted into World War III, or your body is going to starve to death. But in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we will be redeemed from neither of those. And if we do go by the sword, is because we die for the sake of Yahweh Shai and his testimony. So I hope this lesson is very edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.